You're Marissa, right?
Yes.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It's chilly out here. I didn't expect it to be quite so cold. We have kind of a private conversation we have to have. If you want to go inside, that's fine. Or if you want to step in my car. I mean, it's just kind of weird. I know you don't know me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm guessing you don't want to. It's kind of weird, like, especially because you look really cold. But I promise I'm not here to, like, hurt you or anything like that.
Okay.
But I do have to tell you something.
Okay.
And I'm really sorry because I know it's going to hurt your feelings a lot, but I've been seeing Bill for a while.
Okay.
I have a long history with him. I've known him since I was like 24 or 25. So we started seeing each other like a month and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer. And I'm pregnant.
Okay.
And yeah. So, you know, I know that this is hard for you, and I'm sorry. But I mean, I'm sure you'll talk to Bill more about this. But
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I came to tell you, and I love him.
Okay. I don't really have anything to say.
Yeah, I expected as much, but like I said, I'm sorry. I mean, I can imagine, you know, your position, and it's not a fun one, so.
Yeah. What was your name again?
My name's Ashley.
Well, I appreciate you telling me.
Yeah, I think that Bill wanted to break it to you, but I mean, we both know him really well, and it's hard for him, especially in emotional things like this. He doesn't want to hurt you, and you know, I don't want to hurt you either. Like I said, I don't know you, and you know, but.
Well, yeah, I'll talk to him.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sure you will, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to move forward with being together.
I will leave here this morning.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I just wanted, you know, to kind of give you what I know, but I'm sure, you know, you guys will have a conversation and everything.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva. So apparently I landed on Mistress Talk on TikTok. And what is Mistress Talk, you might ask? Apparently there's this story about a pregnant mistress who confronted the wife of her boyfriend. Now this story is such a mess and is ongoing and is a long one. Now here's somebody recapping the whole story.
Who else is on Mistress Talk? I seriously don't know how this landed on my FYP, but here I am. As others have stated, I have built my FYP brick by brick, so I have only myself to blame. If you're not aware, I'm going to fill you in. So there are two creators currently on this app. One is named Marissa, one is named Ashley. Marissa is the wife. Ashley is the pregnant mistress. So Bill and Marissa have been married for a few years. I want to say that they've been together since like 2018. Ashley and Bill have actually known each other for like 15 years, but Ashley also just got out of prison recently, I believe. I don't know why, but yeah, she was in prison for a while, so there's that. Now, back in March, I think March or April, Marissa came to the app on the very day that the mistress confronts her in her driveway at her house to let her know that her and her husband are in love with each other and that she's pregnant. Marissa kindly says that she's not going to bash her husband or the mistress. She's just kind of documenting her healing process day by day and kind of explaining what happened. But she doesn't talk badly about her husband. She doesn't talk badly about the mistress. She just basically states what happened. And for months, she takes us on this entire journey with her as she's like grieving the loss of her marriage and, you know, the relationship with her stepson and, you know, just how she's handling everything day to day. But she's like handling it way better than any of us would, because we know that if anybody came to our house and announced that they were in love with our husband and having his baby, we would probably throw down, like right then and there. A lot of us would not be able to hold our composure or patience for anything like that. So anyways, this is back in like March, April, and then all of a sudden, over the past like week or so, Ashley has decided to enter the chat. Ashley thought that we would want to know her version of the story of the pregnant mistress, and she's also included the husband in on this chat, so we can hear his version as well. Like, we didn't ask for it, but yet here she is. So Ashley's version of the story is almost like identical to what Marissa said. Marissa said that she came to her driveway, announced that her and her husband are in love and she's pregnant and they're going to move forward with the relationship. And how do I know that this is exact? Well, because Ashley decided to record this interaction and played it for all of us to hear. Like, why, girl, why would you do that? If you thought it was going to somehow flip the narrative and make us like you, it didn't work. So in this recording, Ashley approaches her. It's like, hey, do you want to go sit in my car? I know it's weird. You don't know me. It's like cold outside, blah, 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 but I have something to tell you. I've been seeing your husband, and we're in love, and I'm pregnant, and we're going to move forward. Marissa doesn't cuss her out, doesn't do anything. She just takes it in and then excuses herself. Completely aligns with everything that Marissa said to begin with. In Ashley's video, she's like, you know, I just want everybody to be kind to one another, and, you know, I did this out of love, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it wasn't your job to tell the wife. None whatsoever. And she didn't bash you in any way, shape, or form, so I don't know why you're coming to TikTok now to say anything, because, like, nobody's on your side.
Now, it seems some month ago, the pregnant mistress of this woman's husband confronted the wife. The wife has a TikTok page which has over 100,000 followers. She even has like a subscription option. It's private, so I couldn't really, like, check her videos. But apparently, after the whole situation that occurred in March, she has been sharing her journey and talking about how she's coping with the whole situation. Now, according to the recap, she really did not mention the name of her husband or the mistress. I don't know what happened. I don't know what she said, but whatever she said made the mistress to open her own page in order for her and the husband to share their side of the story. Now, the page has almost 15k followers and a lot of videos which are doing well. In my own opinion, for someone that just opened a page, I believe she just opened it this September. Any which way, the videos are doing well, and she has a series of videos talking about her own side and even playing the audio of the confrontation and everything. Now, I'm just going to feature some of the videos so that you can get a bit of what she's saying, and then come back to share my thoughts.
Hey everyone. So I'd like to start out this video just by saying that I wouldn't typically choose to take my private life and make it public, especially not on a forum like TikTok, for entertainment's sake. However, 6 months ago, Marissa Henderson decided to take some elements of her private life and make it public, and drug me and people I love and care about into it. So to be clear, 6 months ago, Marissa Henderson took to TikTok saying that she was cornered in her driveway by her husband's mistress, and the mistress was telling her that she was pregnant. I am that mistress, and I am pregnant with her husband's child. I'm coming on here because I think it's important to tell the truth, and a lot of what she said just was her perspective largely, but a lot of it was skewed, a lot of things were left out, and some things just weren't true. So I'll be doing a series of videos in which I look back, give some context, give some of my own just perspective.
Hey everyone, so for those of you who didn't see my other video, this is going to be the first video in a series where I give my perspective on being a pregnant mistress, basically. These videos are in response to a series of videos done by somebody else who was the wife of the man that I got pregnant by. So this first video, I just want to go ahead and give some background story about my life a little bit and how mine and Bill's relationship started, and, you know, kind of what the history is there, just to kind of give everybody a little bit of perspective. So first, before I say any of that, I'd like to say that I'm not here to change everybody's mind about, you know, infidelity, or, you know, whether or not, and I'm certainly not here to advocate getting involved with somebody who's married. You know, I definitely don't recommend that if, you know, you can avoid it. But I also do want to kind of remind everybody, like, we're all human and we all are imperfect, and I just think it's really important to be kind and gentle with each other. I also think it's important that to get all sides of the story out there. I wouldn't typically choose to share it, but since it was already kind of shared for me, I decided to put my side out there. So let's get into it. So Bill and I met when I was 24 and he was 26. So to kind of put that in context, I'm 37 now and he will be 39 next month. So we've known each other for a really long time. We met and we started dating. We hit it off right away. We were obviously a lot younger, but we, you know, kind of fell in love really quickly. A lot of life stuff happened, and we ended up kind of dating on and off for the next couple of years. And then we had a long distance relationship when he and Marissa met. I was actually in prison. And no, I didn't do anything violent or anything like that, and I will go into like kind of my prison experience in later videos. But so anyway, I was in prison when he and Marissa met, and so of course, you know, he ended things with me and he was with her, and they were married, and so I moved on with my life, and you know, I got out of prison, rebuilt my life, that kind of thing. And then, you know, Bill reached out to me about a year ago now, and we started to talk, and there was still, I realized for me, there was still a lot of feelings there, and I believe that's, you know, what he realized too. You know, he and I have always had a very deep connection, and I think that, you know, in all this, it's really important to remember that I never went into this with the intention of hurting anybody, and honestly, initially, I had no plans of entering into a relationship with him. One thing that has always been really special about our relationship is we were always really good friends, as well as lovers. So I think that makes any breakup really hard, and kind of separating yourself from the person difficult. I'm not going to sit here and justify, you know, what I did or what happened, because there really isn't any justification for it. However, I will say that when Bill and I started spending time together, he was very, very lonely, and I offered him friendship, somebody to talk to, and it went from there. I don't think that people ever, you know, who end up in this kind of situation ever enter into it with these, you know, ill intentions. And I won't say that I went into this looking to be some sort of homewrecker or with this insane jealousy and wanting to take over her life or something, because that's just simply not true. It just doesn't work that way. And like I said before, love is hard and it's messy, and sometimes things happen and we just kind of have to make the best of them. But in no way am I perfect. In no way have I made perfect choices in my life or in this situation. However, I never wanted to intentionally hurt anybody. So I think that's really important to remember. That's part one of the saga.
Hey everyone, this is Bill Turris. You guys know me better as Marissa Henderson's husband. Decided to come on here and tell my side of kind of what's led us up to this point. So, having already read some of the comments, some things that I'll just kind of head off at the pass now is what you're not going to hear from me is me ever saying that me having an affair wasn't my fault or that it wasn't wrong, because it was. However, in that, it's easy to place blame when you've only heard half of the story, when the other person hasn't told any of their shortcomings, how they've had an affair, how they've essentially jerked around my son, who's 8, and in all of this, frankly, is the only truly innocent party in all of this. And that's really what spurred me to make these videos, because for months now, Marissa has gone on here and talked about how she desperately wanted a relationship with him. She's very good at getting people on her side. And I don't blame anybody for being on her side. Having heard her side of all this, and only her side, there's no reason for you guys not to believe what she said. Some of it is totally true. I had an affair. But there's just a lot of details that have been left out. And like I said, what I did wasn't right. It doesn't excuse her having an affair. It doesn't excuse me doing it. But it's easy to kind of paint somebody as a bad guy and then vaguely make comments like, well, of course I wasn't perfect, because nobody is. And I also understand with primarily women viewing her videos that a lot of people can put themselves in that shoe, in her shoes, and feel that way. So going forward, probably tomorrow, I'm gonna first just tell the backstory of kind of what led us up to me reaching out to Ashley and kind of going down that road.
Okay, so that was the audio recording. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to hear just because it was in my pocket and I was shivering because it was March and I was freezing. I mean, she was freezing too. She was in a sleeveless dress and flip-flops. I felt horrible. I mean, I felt horrible for a lot of reasons. But anyway, so to give you just some idea as to why I confronted her or whatever, why I approached her, there's a lot of reasons, but primarily because I felt like if I told her, she would hear it and she would listen to me. Obviously, I didn't want to be the mistress. And at the end of the day,
it was selfish, but I didn't want to be the mistress. That's true. It was selfish and presumptuous. I thought that she didn't love him and that they weren't right together. More than anything, I was pregnant and there was no going back, only forward. Like I said, this offers no excuses or justifications, just the truth. My next video will kind of go into what happened right after she left, and it will also go into the whole panties, underwear thing that I did not leave on the couch, by the way, but it'll go into all that. So look forward to talking to you next time. Have a great day and be gentle with each other.
Hey guys, this is Bill again. So I got some feedback after yesterday. First of all, I'm going to try to not make this seem like a hostage video. I was a little worried yesterday about just coming off as glib. And so that's just not what I wanted. Obviously, Marissa's much more polished at this, a lot better at playing the victim than I am. But so anyway, I have seen the video. It doesn't surprise me. Obviously, it's hard to for any of us to take accountability in the roles that we've played in all this. She can say whatever she likes. I have a theory why she went private. I think it's because she didn't get that job that all of a sudden she didn't talk about it anymore, but that's just my theory. Anyway, so I want to get into, just go back in time, kind of tell you guys how me and Marissa met, and just kind of leading into everything. So obviously, some of you guys probably know already that we met on Tinder and we started talking. Pretty standard, you know, and we went out on a few dates, and yeah, after a little bit, at one point we were essentially just dating. We had been seeing each other for a while, and then she was obviously more in my son's life, which was a help. So as we started dating more, she ended up wanting to move in, and that's when things got a little bit weird, because she's pretty good at putting people in positions where they're not really sure what to do. So it's not that I love Marissa at this point and everything, but I didn't think we were ready to move in yet. But it was told to me basically, hey, either I'm moving in or I'm not going to be around if I have to sign another lease. This is after us dating about 18 months, and obviously I loved her. I didn't want to lose her. She had already broken up with me once, probably a month into our relationship, and then, you know, after 2 or 3 weeks of just silence, started texting me again and said, hey, I'm sorry. Essentially, I had feelings and they scared me. So knowing that she could kind of just shut somebody out like that, that was a concern of mine. So she moved in, and things were going pretty well at first. She lost her job, which stunk. I don't think that even though she lost her job, I really don't feel like it was her fault. I kind of felt like she got a raw end of the stick on that deal. So I'm not here to say like everything that the other person's ever done is terrible, because that's not the case. One thing that's been asked numerous times is, why didn't you just leave? You know, just leave. And it's because I love Marissa, and I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to end our marriage. And so at that point, because she had been fired and there were some issues with her insurance, we decided to get married. We had been seen each other probably 2.5 years at this point. So we got married because I'm retired from the Navy, and so I have insurance and that kind of stuff. I had a job as well, but it didn't cost me anything additional to put her on my insurance and that kind of stuff. And so we didn't tell anybody that we were married at the time. I got offered a job in Northern Virginia that essentially doubled my pay, so we took it. And then very shortly after that, I got fired. So I took the job in Northern Virginia. It was right around COVID time. 3 weeks into the job, I got canned. So at that point, we actually ended up moving in with her mom for about 6 months, 7 months, something like that. The day we were moving out there, I actually got offered a job here in Hampton Roads. So we knew we were going to be coming back. But it's really when things kind of went south. And like a lot of marriages, there was intimacy issues. But these weren't normal intimacy issues. There was always some problems there. And I know in America, for some reason, whenever you talk about that subject, everybody gets weird for some reason. But for whatever reason, I'm not a pushy person in that way. She always had issues starting, initiating, that kind of stuff. And so it was always weird because she had to drink, and it made me feel really off-put. And I get, like, people can say whatever and say, like, hey, it's all my fault. I get that. So at this point, we lived there for 7 months. And when we moved back to Hampton Roads, we weren't intimate once in the entire time we lived there. And I knew this is an issue. It was a huge issue for me. And so at that point, I really started really trying to push for couples counseling, and she just refused. She would not do couples counseling for anything that had to deal with that subject, wouldn't do it. And so at that point, it was the never-ending moving goalposts of, if we do this, it'll solve the problem. So I'd do X, and things wouldn't change.
Hey everyone, so this is the third part in a series where I talk about what it's like to be a mistress, and then what it's like to be the pregnant mistress, and dealing with the separation and impending divorce of the father of my child. So this video is in response to another video that Marissa had uploaded to TikTok, where she had found some of my clothes here at the house when she came to move her things out. And a lot of questions I got asked about why my things were here. I already uploaded pictures of the state of the house when I got here. Obviously it was trashed. She'd been experiencing some mental health stuff for quite a while, I guess, prior to everything kind of happening, and then she left really quickly. So I came to clean the house for Bill, and been living 5.5 hours away in North Carolina. So I came here, spent 2 weeks cleaning, and that's why my things were here. When she got here, there were some things that she had found and decided to put on the couch and put on TikTok. I did not do it to hurt her. I did not leave my things out. There was no flaunting or anything like that. Obviously, I felt horrible about the whole situation, and the last thing I wanted was for that to happen. So, but it did. I spent 2 weeks cleaning to save her from having to be embarrassed in front of her family for the state of everything, and I wanted to kind of try to make the process as easy and painless as possible for her. Maybe that sounds presumptuous of me, and maybe it was. I truly wasn't trying to be unkind, and I understand that in some respects, to a lot of people, intentions don't matter. But in this case, I really do feel like my intentions mattered. So that's why my things were here, and unfortunately, that's why she found them. My next video is just going to be kind of delving into the part about where Marissa and Bill started working on their marriage, what I knew about it, what I didn't know about it, and my take on everything. So until then, have a good day, guys, and please do be gentle with each other.
Now, like I said, she has quite a lot of videos on our page. She has a video of how the house looked when the wife left the house after she found out the whole situation, and how she was she said something about she cleaning it for 2 weeks. She also has videos of the husband explaining the whole marriage, explaining why the wife did not get pregnant or why she could not get pregnant, and that the mistress is pregnant. The mistress has videos talking about why she was arrested, talking about all sorts of things. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out. But please, this video is not saying that you should go and give her hate. You can just check out the story to get more insight into their own perspective, because that's why they created it. She's pregnant, and like she said, and I think she's about 6 months pregnant. Now, watching the whole thing, I was just feeling for the wife and the stepchild that the wife is kind of close to, and also the baby that the mistress is carrying, because the baby is innocent in all of this, because the whole thing is just a serious mess. Now, I was snooping around the comment section of a video, and I saw a comment that made me go, oh! So apparently, it seems like the husband allegedly also cheated on her with another woman, and another woman is also expecting another baby. And I'm like, I don't know, because it's allegedly. I don't watch the whole videos on their page, but I don't know if it was mentioned in one of the videos. But that's what I saw in the comment section of a video, and I was like, wow. And I don't think a lot of people are really going to pity her, because I checked some other comments and some people were just saying that you are going to lose him the way you got him, you are this, you are that, and people were really not like sympathetic towards her.
I just went down the craziest rabbit hole thanks to Mama Tot. The girl that confronted somebody in her driveway and let her know that she has been sleeping with her husband and now is pregnant. This woman had the audacity to come on TikTok to tell her side of the story. There is no your side. There's no your side. You lost that right. You lost that right a long time ago when you decided to mess around with a married man or taken man and get pregnant. And then to record the conversation of you confronting her and post it online as if, what, anyone's going to understand your side? The narcissism that came out of that phone call or that confrontation is insane. It is insane. Yeah, you can go ahead and talk to your husband, but we are going to move ahead and be together. Honestly, I'm just mad I gave her the views and looked at her story. You lose them how you find them.
Just kidding, essentially. I led you on.
My beautiful queen. To say that I'm not angry for you would be a lie. I have been silently watching your journey since your first TikTok video about your situation. And I have to admit, a lot of your videos triggered me. I filed for divorce in March after 32 years of being married to a cheating, lying, manipulative narcissist. 32 years, 7 children and 9 grandchildren. Do I blame him entirely for it? No. because I now, because of my intense therapy, realize that I allowed that revolving door. I gave him the key to that revolving door so that he can come and go as he pleased because of my daddy issues, because of my childhood trauma and abuse, because I was so comfortable being abused and manipulated and mistreated, because that was normal for me. But after 2.5 years now of intense therapy, I cemented shut that revolving door, and I have denied him access. It took me 32 years. Don't let it take you another minute. I'm not comparing your situations, but I'm telling you that listening to your story triggered me because it really made me think, wow, please, Lord, she's so young, she's so beautiful. Let him not be another lying, cheating manipulator. Baby girl, you are beautiful inside and out. Gorgeous. You deserve so much in life, not just in your relationship, just in life, period. You are so strong. You have inspired so many because of your strength, because of the way that you have dealt with this situation. Please, please cement it shut. Deny him access.
I don't know why the mistress and the husband had to create a page and be doing series of videos, part 1, part 2, talking about the whole thing. Okay, that's not honestly the truth. I know why, and I think it's because of the wife was gaining traction. She was gaining fame with her videos, and she was growing because, like I said, the wife has over 100K followers. I believe it's 125,000 followers. And TikTok pays because I believe they are in the US, and TikTok pays. So they must have seen that, and people like to hear gist, they like to hear gossip. So when they say, okay, let me share my own part, even if it's rubbish, they were going to do it. The husband is sitting doing 9-minute video, the mistress is doing 6-minute video, 10-minute video, 3-minute video. And remember that if you have over 10,000 followers on TikTok and you are in the US, you can qualify for the creator fund. So you can earn money from your videos, especially if they are over 1 minute long and they don't have any copyright music. And those videos are more than 1 minute long, and they are talking about a trending topic, trending issue, which people are going to sit down to watch. So I will not be surprised if they are earning quite a lot of money from it, because one of their videos has over 500,000 views. So it's an opportunity for them to get money, in my own opinion. But maybe that's not why they created it. Maybe I'm just always thinking with the financial part when I see things like this. But any which way, that's what I think. I might be wrong. I am sure I'm wrong, but that's what I think. Now, like I said, I'm so sorry for the wife, the stepchild, because the wife might not have access to the stepchild except she's close to the mother of the stepchild. And also, I'm sorry for the baby that is going to come out in this mess. Now, for the mistress and the husband, I really don't have much to say. Like people said, how you get them is how you lose them. So good luck to the mistress. I really don't know what made her bold enough to go and confront the wife, because I don't know. And the man coming and talking, and I'm so surprised. Like when I saw him on the page, I was like, ah, This is shameless. This is like really shameless. But anyway, thank goodness that the wife is moving forward. She is working on herself, and hopefully things will work out for her. Now, I don't know what you guys think about this whole situation. Do you think the mistress and the husband were right to open a TikTok page to share their own perspective, to share their own side of the story? Do you think that the man might actually have stepped out on the mistress, or people are just trying to trigger the mistress? I would love to hear your own thoughts about this topic, so please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.